Ever get that, like, eerie feeling when you hear about a mysterious disappearance
Oh, yeah, for sure.
that just, like, doesn't sit right with you?
Definitely.
Well, that's where we're headed today.
Okay.
Milton, New York.
All right.
They've got not one, but two cold cases that have just been hanging over the town for years.
Oh, wow. Two
Yeah.
in the same town. That's pretty crazy. What makes these cases so interesting is that how two disappearances
Yeah.
years apart end up having like these super eerie similarities. It's kind of like the same, I don't know, darkness just hit Milton twice,
Yeah.
leaving all these unanswered questions and just messed up lives behind.
We're talking Jennifer Hammond
Okay.
and Christina White,
Gotcha.
two young women whose lives were, well, tragically cut short.
Yeah.
Jennifer, 18 years old, free spirit, loved to travel,
Mm-hmm.
vanished from the Creek and Pines trailer park
Oh, wow.
back in August of 2003.
Okay.
She was working as a traveling magazine salesperson.
So always on the move.
Oh, yeah, constantly in different towns.
I see.
And then 2 years later, we have Christina White,
All right.
19 years old. Loved those long walks.
Yeah.
Bit of a difficult past, Disappears from her family's trailer in the Stockade Mobile Home Park, June of 2005.
Mm-hmm.
And, she had a history of running away, but something about this time just felt different.
Oh, really?
Way more ominous.
Like something was off.
Yeah, definitely.
So what happened?
Both Jennifer and Christina, they're later found murdered.
Oh, no.
Their bodies discovered in these, remote wooded areas,
Ooh.
miles apart.
Oh, wow.
But here's the chilling part.
What's that?
Both of them had the same, the same awful thing, multiple stab wounds.
Oh, my gosh. So are they thinking like a serial killer?
Yeah, it's definitely fueled the speculation.
No, it's crazy how similar they are. Like
Right.
almost too much to just be a coincidence, right?
Totally.
Both young, both taken from trailer parks.
Yeah.
Both left in the woods. Both stabbed.
It's almost like, are these tragedies just some horrible coincidences?
Right.
Or is there something darker connecting them?
Some kind of thread.
Exactly.
All right. So where do we even begin with all of this?
Let's start with Jennifer's case.
Yeah.
August 30th, 2003, a Saturday.
Okay.
Her sales manager drops her off at Creek and Pines for, a day of knocking on doors, selling magazines.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. She's never seen alive again.
Just gone.
Gone.
Thinking about her lifestyle, always moving around,
Yeah.
makes you realize how vulnerable you can be in places you don't really know.
I mean, she was essentially passing through, right?
Right.
No real friends or family to, notice she was missing right away.
No support system. It's almost like she was a ghost, just drifting through.
Yeah, like a ship in the night. Barely a trace.
And I bet that made the investigation a nightmare.
It did.
So where did they even start?
They went to the trailer park, asked around.
Yeah.
No one remembered seeing her after her manager left.
Of course not.
Her stuff was still in her hotel room.
All untouched.
So strange. And she had bought a bus ticket back home to Colorado.
Oh, wow.
Never used it.
Like she just vanished.
It's like she disappeared into thin air.
No struggle, no clues, no anything.
Nothing.
That's so scary.
It really is.
I can only imagine what the investigators were going through.
Oh, it was rough. No local connections, whole traveling job thing.
Yeah.
And then just not even knowing if she was really missing or just took off.
Yeah. No wonder it went cold.
Slowly faded into that cold case file. Just a sad reminder of a life cut way too short.
So then 2 years go by.
Yeah.
And then Christina disappears.
Exactly. It was a Thursday,
Okay.
June 30th, 2005. Around 10:30 at night,
All right.
she leaves her family's trailer after a fight with her brother.
Oh, so an argument.
Yeah. Told him she needed to cool off, going for a walk.
Which, wasn't unusual for her. Right.
Not at all. She
Right.
did that a lot when she was upset.
Makes sense.
But
Yeah.
here's the thing. Her mom said Christina usually called her grandmother when she ran away, just to let her know she was safe.
Oh, okay.
But this time, nothing.
So no call.
Silent.
And then.
And that silence, it just made everyone so much more worried.
Yeah, I bet. Breaking her routine like that is definitely a red flag.
Absolutely.
No.
And as the days passed, then weeks, then months, still no word. And her bank account,
What about it?
no activity.
Oh, so it wasn't just teenage rebellion this time.
This was something else. Something much darker.
And then what?
Then, in March of 2006, almost a year after she vanished, the unthinkable happened. A hiker, way out in Daytown State Forest, stumbles across, well, skeletal remains.
Oh, no.
It was Christina.
She was gone.
They determined the cause of death was multiple stab wounds.
Another stabbing.
Yeah.
Jeez. Just awful.
It went from a missing persons case to a full-blown homicide investigation.
I can't imagine what her family must have been going through. The waiting, the hoping, and then that horrible news.
It's just
I
devastating.
mean, finding her body like that. So far from home.
Adds another layer of tragedy to it all.
For sure. So, I mean, they had a murder on their hands now.
Right.
What'd they do? Did they have any leads at all?
They went all out. Huge investigation, over 1,200 interviews.
Seriously?
Yeah, totally different from Jennifer's case. They talked to everyone, friends, family, neighbors, anyone who might have crossed paths with her.
Wow, 1,200 interviews.
That's a lot of people.
Did they find any suspects?
There were a few people that caught their attention.
Okay. Like who?
Well, Christina had mentioned, like being followed, maybe harassed by some guy.
Oh, like stalked.
Yeah, but her descriptions weren't very clear,
Yeah.
and no one could really put a name to it,
So a dead end.
pretty much.
Yeah.
They also looked into her ex-boyfriends, but they all had alibis.
So even with all those interviews, they were still basically clueless.
It was a tough case. Lots of dead ends.
It seemed like they were going nowhere. And then in October 2009, something happened.
Yeah.
Something that brought both of these cases back into the spotlight.
Okay, what was it?
Another tragedy.
Oh, no.
Jennifer Hammond's case came back into the picture.
Oh, wow. So what happened?
Some hunters, way out in Lake Desolation State Forest, they found human remains,
Oh, no.
and it turned out it was Jennifer.
Lake Desolation State Forest, isn't it?
Yeah.
Kind of close to where they found Christina.
You got it. Same area. And that's not even the worst part.
Oh, gosh. What else?
Like Christina, Jennifer had also been stabbed to death.
Oh, what?
2 young women. Gone missing from the same town, found murdered, same way, and practically in the same spot.
So they had to be thinking serial killer at this point, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It became the main focus of the investigation.
That's just too many similarities to be just random chance.
It really is. It's chillin'.
Did they ever figure out if Jennifer and Christina knew each other?
I mean, they haven't said anything publicly about a direct link.
Oh.
But you can't deny the parallels.
No, absolutely not.
It's all just so disturbing. So many questions.
Right. Okay, so you said Christina's death seemed more like impulsive.
Yeah.
A struggle, maybe.
Yeah.
But Jennifer's felt planned. What makes them think that?
Well, it's the crime scenes and where they found the bodies. It's like they were approached differently.
Okay, I'm following.
Christina, she was found closer to a road, almost like they were in a hurry to get rid of her body.
So maybe, like, the random encounter, things got out of hand.
That's possible, yeah. Maybe they didn't mean to kill her at first.
Makes sense.
But Jennifer, totally different. She was way deeper in the woods, like they really tried to hide her.
You're saying the killer, in Jennifer's case, specifically brought her body to that spot.
Seems like it, yeah. Wanted her to stay hidden. It shows a lot more planning and control than with Christina.
Right, they knew those woods, knew how to get to those secluded spots.
Right, someone local, or at least someone who knew the area pretty well.
I can't imagine what it was like for the town, knowing there might be a serial killer out there.
Must have been terrifying.
So did they ever come up with any suspects? Like anyone who seemed to fit?
Yeah, over the years, a few names came up. People who just, seemed suspicious. One of the biggest ones was John Regan.
Wait, John Regan? The guy with that creepy van?
That's the one. He was actually convicted back in '06.
Yeah, for what?
A bunch of sexual assaults. And he tried to kidnap someone, too, in Saratoga Springs.
So not far from Milton at all.
Nope. And when they caught him, his van was, well, it was more than just a van.
I remember that, like a mobile torture chamber or something, right?
Basically, they had taken out the back seats,
Jeez.
and it was full of, scary stuff. A shovel, a noose, a tarp, even a syringe with some kind of sedative in it.
Ugh, that's awful. Sounds like he was planning something big.
Yeah.
So did they connect him to Jennifer or Christina?
They looked into it, for sure. He didn't have an alibi for when Jennifer disappeared.
Really?
And what he did definitely fits the pattern. But they couldn't prove anything.
Like no DNA or anything?
Nope, nothing that said for sure he did it.
Must have been frustrating.
Oh, absolutely. They knew he was dangerous, but they couldn't pin these on him.
Like they were so close, but...
But not quite there. That's how it goes with these cold cases a lot of the time. Just a bunch of clues, maybe some suspects, but never that one thing that solves it all.
Yeah, those missing pieces. And then on top of that, There's that statement from the sheriff.
Oh, yeah, back in 2019. Remember that?
He said he thought he knew who killed them, but didn't have enough to make an arrest.
Exactly. Pretty bold statement, right?
It is. Did he ever say who he suspected?
Nope. Never gave a name. And get this. Investigator Robinson. The one working these cases since 2016, he says the sheriff doesn't even think it's the same guy anymore.
What? Why would he change his mind?
New information came up, apparently. Sent the whole investigation in a new direction.
Okay, hold on. I gotta know. What changed everything? Who are they looking at now?
Well, remember how we talked about the possibility of a serial killer?
Mm-hmm.
It all came back around because of something that happened last year. A 9-year-old girl was kidnapped.
Oh my gosh, no.
From a campground. About 25 minutes from Milton. Luckily, they found her alive after a couple of days.
Oh, thank goodness.
But the guy they arrested, Craig Ross Jr.,
Okay.
he had a past. People said he'd abused another girl before, but they never charged him.
So wait, is this Ross guy connected to Milton somehow?
He lived there, in the same trailer park as Christina.
Really?
And get this, his mom's trailer. It was practically next door to Creek and Pines, where Jennifer was last seen.
No way. So this isn't just coincidence anymore.
It's starting to look like a pattern.
We've got the location, his history with young girls, and the timing lines up. This could be it, right? Could this be the guy?
That's what they're trying to figure out. They haven't found anything solid yet, like no DNA linking him to the murders.
Yeah.
But they're definitely taking him seriously. He's their main focus right now.
So is he the one? This Craig Ross Jr., is he the answer to all of this?
It's what they're hoping to find out. They're really digging into his past, trying to connect him to Jennifer and Christina.
You know, it's just crazy to think this small town, Milton. It's almost like it's at the center of this whole bigger, darker thing.
Yeah, it's kind of like that with these cases, huh? What seems like these isolated things, when you get into them, it's all connected. And it goes way beyond, just the crime scene.
It makes you think, right? How many other cases out there
Yeah.
could be linked somehow? All these, like, missing pieces,
Yeah.
just waiting for someone to put them together.
Keeps a lot of us up at night, that's for sure. We've got all this new tech DNA and stuff, but there are still so many mysteries out there.
It really is like a puzzle.
Yeah.
And every case, every new bit of info adds another piece.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes those pieces, they fit in ways you'd never expect. The picture gets a lot more complicated.
And that's what makes it so tough, but so important. Every little detail could be the thing that breaks it open, gets justice for the victims and their families.
Yeah, that's what Investigator Robinson was saying. He really wanted to get the message out to people.
Oh, yeah. What'd he say?
He said, anyone who knows anything about Jennifer or Christina, even if it seems small, they got to come forward.
Every little thing helps.
Like even a memory, A conversation you overheard years ago. Or just a feeling that something wasn't right. It could be the missing piece.
Exactly. It's not always the experts, Sometimes it's just someone who remembers that one little thing. That's what changes everything.
It's like we all have a part to play in that.
We're sure. We got to look out for each other.
So, as we finish up this deep dive, it's hard not to feel that unease. It's like a reminder that even in a place that seems peaceful, there's still darkness out there.
It's true. Jennifer and Christina, their stories really show how vulnerable, especially young people are, especially if they're, moving around a lot.
Yeah.
Or don't have that support system. It makes you realize how important it is to watch out for each other, to pay attention.
And even though their cases aren't solved, they still matter, It's a reminder to be aware, to say something if something's wrong, and to never forget the victims.
I hope someday, somehow, they get those answers. Maybe new evidence will come up, or technology gets even better, or someone finally comes forward. It would mean so much to their families, to the whole town, really.
Oh, it'd do you a kind of peace. Well, this has been a pretty heavy deep dive. Thanks for listening as we explore these cases. And remember, if you know anything at all about Jennifer Hammond or Christina White, no matter how small it might seem, please contact the Saratoga County Sheriff's Office. Even the tiniest detail could be what brings justice for these young women. And don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the, into the most interesting and sometimes, unsettling mysteries out there. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and most importantly, stay safe.